Sure.
Next up, we have Redox. Easily the worst legendary mech. Like,
That is true.
it's not even good.
It's so bad. Like it's not even worth talking about it, honestly.
I'm just going to briefly go over it. Its
Yeah.
ability doesn't do anything. Its speed, second slowest. Its health, tied with Solus, Eclipse, and Surge. It's it has no health, no speed, trash ability, but at least it's 32 energy, and that's about all it has.
That's all it has going for it.
Literally the only thing. Moving on, Scorpius. Eh,
Scorpius. It's not too bad. It's pretty fast compared to the other four-legged mech that we went over.
yeah. It's just
It's pretty decent HP, honestly.
yeah,
Um, this one's more about preference. It's kind of like you shouldn't get it, especially considering the other two legendary attackers that are coming up. I think it's just a lot of people use it as the ultimate Helix platform because it's quick and its ability is it's a guided ability. So
yeah.
I mean, it's literally called Javelin Array. So
If the ability cooldown modifier is around, and you have a max legendary cooldown implant, you can have basically almost like infinite, just constantly launching the ability because the cooldowns can
yes,
be like 1 second.
this is true.
But also, its ability doesn't really do much damage.
No, not at all.
And the circumstances have to be just right, which makes it kind of eh.
So yeah, you can yeah feel free to skip it. It's
Yeah.
not bad by any means, but it's
It's
just
not
mediocre.
great, but not awful.
Yeah,
Um, Next up we have Surge. Absolutely
search,
must get.
search,
Like, get it and max it.
search,
That simple.
search.
Same health as Redox. So much faster. And its
Search,
ability is like a Zephyr, but with range.
search. That's not. That's okay. Its ability is pretty much Killshot and Zephyr combined.
Yeah,
It's
essentially.
plus yeah, yeah. So it's well, it's in my opinion, it's the best mech in the game. It is the best beacon runner. It has a very good. It has a dash called a Storm Mash. It like a kill shot dashes. When it stops, it applies uh an EMP to anything that's within its radius.
Yeah, which is a
What's the
15
radius?
meter
15 meters?
radius.
50 meters, yes. Uh,
22.5 when maxed. Well, with the
Not
max
just that,
implant.
but it goes into stealth after its dash, stops. So
Yeah.
that's just, I mean, come on, that dash is so broken.
It's literally like one of the best abilities in the game.
It
Debatably
is the
the
ultimate
best
scout.
mech in the game.
It is the ultimate scout. Albeit a scout shouldn't be the best mech. If anything, a legendary attacker should be
Yeah.
like the best mech, but it's fine.
But absolutely get it and upgrade it. Like, no question about it. Also,
If
its
you
design
can,
is so
yeah,
good.
it's worth a lot of
Yeah.
acorns. So, um, yeah,
Yeah, it's expensive, but it's worth
really,
it.
it really is. Yeah.
Next up, we have Eclipse, a better shadow.
Yes, Eclipse is so good. It bypasses any and all effects.
It's got the same health as Surge, same energy as Surge with 24. It's just barely slower. Like, not even. You won't even notice that it's slower unless you were side by side comparing it. And you're not going to be doing that in the middle of a game. Also, its cooldown shorter than its duration,
Yeah,
but its ability ignores literally every single effect. Stuns, dazes, blinds, corrosion, name it, and it will ignore, except for Guardian Crash, obviously.
but that's not enough. It's not really enough effect
Yeah.
like that. It is the natural counter to Surge. 'Cause Surge cannot stun it.
The only thing that can counter it is just like basically raw damage and guarding,
Nomad,
obviously.
which we'll get into later.
Yeah. I genuinely think you should get it. I don't think it's currently out for A coins, but when it is, you should probably grab it because it's pretty good.
Yeah.
Um, Next up we have Brick House.
Chunks.
Um,
Um, Go ahead.
it's pretty cool.
Cool in what?
It's it's got 24 energy, which is decent. It's pretty tanky. Extreme like the second like it's got the slowest speed tied with the Arachnos. But its ability is really good. It
Ability,
gives
yeah, it
you
does more damage.
plus 50% damage to your weapons, and it gives plus 100% damage to your teammates' weapons, and I think mech abilities if the mech ability does damage. Am I correct about that?
Oh, what's up?
Like, let's say,
I'm sorry.
for example, you are a brick house and your teammates in Onyx and they shoot their quad rocket at somebody. Will
Right.
the quad rocket do more damage?
I don't see why it wouldn't, but
Maybe it
there's
does,
always,
maybe it doesn't, who knows. But it gives so much more damage. But it's super slow. Like if it gets caught out in
it,
the open, it's dead.
and it's so big, so it's like it's hard to miss it.
Literally the biggest hitbox in the game. If
Yeah.
you miss it, you're just bad at the game. It's simple as that. Next up, Gate Crasher. Um, it's a 32 energy mech, decent health, pretty speedy. Um, its ability sucks. Like,
Gate Crusher.
yeah,
Gate Crusher has like the best overall stats of any mech in the game. It's quick, it's healthy, but its ability, I mean, obviously, it has to be balanced somehow.
yeah,
So its ability is kind of garbage. It's usually like that, It's usually the mech itself is garbage, but then its ability is super good. Or the mech is super good and its ability is garbage.
yeah.
This is one of those cases. I
I
think it's fine.
I don't think you should get it.
Nah, don't.
It's not that great. There are better 32 energy mechs,
Yeah, that's right.
but
And
its
cheaper.
stats are decent.
Really good stats.
Yeah.
Really good.
Next up, Onyx. One of my I'm gonna say third favorite attacker.
Slightly better than Gate Crasher, I think, only just because of
Yeah.
its ability. It
It's
has a really good
a
ability.
bit slower, not
Hmm.
as much health, same energy capacity, but the ability is so much better.
I know.
The ability actually does something, and as you're
Has a
upgrading
radius.
it, the ability will be faster. Like the projectile speed of the ability will become faster as you upgrade Onyx.
Hmm.
Its ability, what it does is it just shoots out a rocket at you. If the rocket hits you, it does damage, and if it hits around you, it does damage in a 7-meter radius if you don't have the radius implant. I really like it, especially if you combine it with missile racks.
Hmm.
Like,
So good. I love that build. Mr.
it's so
Iconics.
incredibly
Oof.
good. Like, literally just a trump card build, because no one's ever expecting it. And if
No.
you combine it with missile rack 16s, that is so much damage in like 2 seconds.
Hmm.
But I I recommend getting it. It's a really good mech. I love it. But its hitbox is massive. It's tall, it's decently wide, and the giant quad rocket on its shoulder, that's part of the hitbox. So if you're hiding, someone can just snipe your rocket and boom. you're gonna be in a world of pain. But it does have good legendary skins. It's got.
Onyx?
What were you saying?
Onyx, you mean?
Yeah, Onyx
Good
has
legend? Oh, it's
really good
legendary
legendary
skin. Perfect.
skins.
One of the
Liberty,
best.
amazing. Hawakund, amazing. Arctic Ambusher, probably its best legendary skin. Sage Advice, you can
I
skip
don't
it.
like it. Yeah.
But Arctic Ambusher,
Primal
Hawakund.
Instinct too.
Oh
Primal
yeah,
Instinct was a battle pass one. I don't think you see it on your
yeah. I
screen.
don't see it
Okay, it's really
because
nice.
I'm
It's very
broke.
clean. You're broke. Oh, so sad.
Yeah. Also, its Chrome Dome skin also looks pretty good. And I personally don't even like the Chrome Dome skins that much. They're too shiny. But if
Yeah.
you have Arctic Ambusher, use it on Onyx. It looks so good. Like it's a little polar bear, but it'll kill you.
A little polar bear. It's not so little.
Yeah. Next up, debatably one of the best mechs in the game.
No, it's one of the best mechs in the game. It shouldn't be debatable.
Sorry, debatably the best mech. Some people would say it
I
is, some people say it won't.
Yeah,
It's
that's
got
better.
24 energy. It's the tankiest scout, really fast, and it's like Killshot, but it doesn't have radius on the dash,
Mm-hmm.
and your dash is a bit longer with more damage, and you have two dashes actually. If
Mm-hmm.
you hit someone with your first dash, you can dash at another enemy, so you can hit two enemies with one dash. Well, one ability.
Yeah, one ability. Yeah.
But that's not what makes it super good. What makes it super good is the 40% damage reduction when it's not max. But the moment you max it out, that 40% damage reduction goes up to 60%. That is what makes it the best, like one of the best mechs in the game. The fact that after you dash for 3 seconds, you can either choose to dash at someone else, and in that time, you have 40% or 60% damage reduction. You can actually increase that time by I think like 50%, so it'll go up to 4.5 seconds.
Interesting. I just noticed its resistance isn't. It doesn't show on the stats.
Yeah, it doesn't show that, but
I
you
don't know
learn it through
why.
testing.
That's so important.
Also, dash distance is slightly longer than kill shot, but that means its dash distance implant makes it go even farther. Like, how much does your dash distance go for currently?
Mine is I don't have a maxed implant. Mine is rank 5.
So
It gives
what
me
percent?
27%
Yeah,
more.
so that's 45 plus 27%, 57.15 meters. And it's what, 30% at max?
Let me see. Uh, at max, it's 32.
Yeah. So with a maxed out legendary dash distance implant on Nomad, you're hitting for almost 60 meters. That is like a 60-meter dash. That is so good. Like I it's that's why it's so good. It's got amazing damage reduction and its ability goes super far.
Mm-hmm.
Next up, one of the tankiest mechs in the game, Bastion. It's got the most health. With a pilot, you can reach 397,000. It's kind of slow,
Really slow.
but its ability is decent. what its
It's a really good ability. Yeah.
yeah, what its ability does is it gives you a shield, kind of like Juggernaut's shield, because it only protects you, but it rotates around you, and if someone pops the shield and they're within 30-meter radius, they will take damage and then also be stunned for 1, 2, or 3 seconds, or longer if you have an implant.
It's such a versatile
Yeah.
ability. It's, as you said, it stuns you. I mean, that's super annoying, especially in game with the bots. They have all of the ability implants and they have that stun range.
Oh yeah, when it
Yeah,
goes to 45.
it counters Nomad pretty well because Nomad would have to pop the shield before it does
Mm-hmm.
anything, or else if it goes in and dashes, it's gonna get stunned, and then the Bastion could do whatever.
Yeah.
It can kill it. So
Bastion counters Nomad incredibly hard.
it's Seeker too,
Yeah.
because Seeker teleports to it, you activate your shield, and then you like step to the side as the Seeker shoots you, and it gets stunned. So
I mean, if you have Stormrack Seeker, you can probably take out a Bastion, or you can live.
yeah, but if it's like Railgun, yeah, definitely not.
Yeah. Should you get it? I don't see why
Not a bad
not.
idea.
It's
Yeah,
pretty good. It's got little wheels on its ankles,
I don't know why it has that. It has wheels on its on the back
thighs.
of its legs too.
Can it transform? Is it an Autobot?
I was like thinking about it, and I was like, is this a transformer? Because it's like,
I could
these
see
mechs
it
have
being a transformer.
wheels and treads, yet they walk. So it's like, I don't know.
Coming soon, Mech Arena Robot Racing. Please, Playroom, come on.
Claire, just give us free Acorn, please.
Yeah, probably not. Next up, we got Vortex. It's another tank, pretty tanky, not that fast, but its ability is really cool.
It's a really good ability.
First off, the ability doubles the speed, so you go from 18 kmh to 32 kmh. But it also gives you 50% damage reduction, and if someone walks into your 12-meter shield radius and it's an enemy, they're going to start taking a tiny bit of damage. The damage is a very tiny amount. Like, it's literally almost nothing. But that's not what it's used for. It's mostly used to make it faster or for the damage reduction.
Yes.
Also, I think you give your teammates the damage reduction if they're with you.
You do. Yes, you do. You do.
You do? Oh.
Yes, you do.
I
Oh,
remember
what
when
was
this
that?
mech got announced, I'm like, please say its ability just like applies to everyone on your team, wherever they are. Because imagine
Yeah.
one Vortex, 4 Nomads.
Oh, nah,
That would
not
just be
really.
too much. But it's a pretty good mech. Its nickname is Moto Moto. We love him.
That's not what I call it, or what Ruffles calls it.
It's what a lot of people call it. Mostly people in APX.
See, Brickhouse is Chungus.
Yeah.
Gatecrasher is Chonker. And Vortex is Chunkus. Chunkus. It is, I would spell it out for you, but I, I don't even know how they spell it either.
Oh,
Vortex, in my personal opinion, is better than Bastion.
I didn't know
It,
Vortex had the Tyrion Midnight skin.
the what skin?
It's my favorite Stalker skin. It's called Tyrion Midnight. It looks
Oh, the purple?
super good.
You like the purple?
I really like the purple, especially like on the little jets and in the mouth.
Yeah.
Also, Marine Carbon, really clean looking.
Yeah.
It's
Oh,
got
turquoise.
overall pretty decent skins. Blood Moon looks terrifying on it. But it's got pretty good skins, I will say.
Mm-hmm.
I would. I don't know if you should get it though.
I think it's better than Bastion. I think it has slightly less HP at base, and it has the superior ability by far.
Yeah.
So I think it's yeah, get it
I mean, in our tier
over
list,
Bastion.
like in, I think in both of our tier lists, we put Vortex over Bastion.
Yeah.
I completely forgot about the tiers. I have it up and open on my second screen too.
Really? Okay.
Yeah. Next up we got Hemlock, also known as Hemi.
Well, I guess so.
I don't know why I called it Hemi that one time.
You just did, and I was like, what? Why'd you do that?
It's kind of squishy for a legendary mech.
It's not bad.
It's not the worst speed in the world. Its ability is really good.
Yeah.
Like,
Ralphus could tell you all about that.
basically, it's like an Orion, but it doesn't have to lock on, and its ability is much faster. Also, instead of buffing the amount of damage that people can do to you, it will just lock you in place for about 7 seconds after the 1.5 second charge up or delay.
Yeah, but once you get shot, you immediately go to a normal stun, like the Zephyr stun, and then you get up pretty quickly. So
Yeah. But there's also an implant called the Days in EMP Duration. With a max legendary, it gives 45%. So, the days would be 10 seconds, and the stun would be basically 3 seconds. So if you maximize your efficiency, I think you can get around like almost 13 seconds out of Hemlock, which is incredibly good because that is quite a bit of time.
you can keep someone in permanent lock.
Yeah, you
Like
can
Hemlock.
straight up just keep them permanently still.
But yeah, but you need a legend. No, a cooldown and duration implant.
Yeah. That's why you can use something like Ember Guns too, because
On it.
those only take 2 implants.
I mean, I don't know.
Yeah.
Nah, you shouldn't really put close quarter weapons on this thing.
Yeah, you should probably
Anything else
use
is
like
fine though.
railguns, storm racks. EMs are also pretty good, but it's a pretty good mech. You can't get it for 8 coins, but you probably won't be able to do that for a while. Why do like a bunch of the skins now have Tyrion Midnight?
What's up? The
When did
purple?
Hemlock also get Tyrion Midnight?
I don't know. I don't pay attention to the skins.
Yeah. But its design is pretty decent. You instantly notice, oh, that's a Hemlock. I need to stay
It has
away.
such a goofy design.
It looks like Shredder.
It looks like an alien.
Alien
Like
Shredder.
it has such a big head, and then it has skinny legs. It's like,
Yeah.
dude, that's just so funny.
It's not an awful mech.
Has so many spikes on it too. Like,
Yeah.
damn.
Should you get it?
Not really. It's a fun mech,
It's
but
it's great for pissing people off.
yes.
And it is
It's
actually incredibly good in 1v1s.
yeah, but 1v1 doesn't really mean much or
Yeah.
anything for that matter. So.
Very few people actually play 1v1s.
Mm-hmm.
You'll find most 1v1s in the BMF server, but that's about like the only reason to join there. Next up, Solus, the newest mech. It's got 32 energy, which
It does.
is pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
It's got the same health as Surge, Redox, and Eclipse. decent. It's got the same speed as Panther, but what it does is it blinds you, which is really annoying.
Dude, the blindness it's a flashbang. That's exactly what it
It
is.
is.
Your screen
Yeah.
turns white and it's just, oh, that's great. I mean, if
It
you're
is.
using it, you're great. It's great.
I have gotten to the point where I'm so used to it that I actually enjoy being blinded at this point.
Okay, that's weird. Don't, okay. Ooh, okay.
I genuinely enjoy someone just chucking the blind at me because I'm so used to how to avoid it. All you have to do is just know your surroundings and know where to walk to be in cover. And if you are in a VC with people you're playing with, you're like, all right, am I safe where I am? And hopefully they'll respond to you.
Yeah, just like, that's it, you know. Try to, if you get blinded by it, simply try to remember where you were in the closest structure to hide behind and just walk to the left or right. You can't turn while you're blinded, actually, so you can't really attack
Yeah,
the thing.
you can move your mouse, move your screen if you're using mobile, but it's not going to move your camera at all. Your camera will be
No.
stuck in place.
Should
Over,
you get it?
yeah, overall, I think it's a good mech. Its feet look really weird, if you can even call
Yeah,
these feet.
it's not even feet, he just has heels.
He's just got
That's
hooves. He's a goat.
reverse.
No, he's their thing in Greek mythology. Like the bottom half is a goat, the top half is a human. I can't remember what they're
No,
called.
it's a centaur, yeah.
No, not a centaur. That's bottom half horse. Satyr, satyr, satyr. Satyr. That's how you spell it.
Really okay.
I genuinely like it. I think it's a good mech. Other people hate it.
If you're in the opposite end, the
Yeah.
ability.
I, for some reason, actually like being blinded. I've been called
I don't know
crazy.
what's up with that. I
I
actually
really am
don't know
so
why you
confused on why. I just
why do
love
you?
it.
No, it's 'cause, like who likes having their screen being white, just
Just
pure white.
it's only for 3 seconds.
But it's pure white, and then you could immediately get blinded after because it
Yeah.
has two shots.
And also the radius is 15 meters with
That is
a
true.
maximum of 22.5 meters with the radius implant. So you may think you're safe hiding behind that wall. You're not safe hiding behind that wall because you're still going to be hit by it. But should you get it? I mean, Sentry, what do you think? Should people get Solus? Because you are the
For
Solus
fun?
expert.
Yes. But if you're trying to build the most optimal hanger, no. That's my
Yeah.
response to that.
It,
It would be the same as Hemlock. It would be get it for fun, not if you want to have an optimal hanger.
yeah. If you want to piss people off, it's a
Yes.
great mech. Like in the Mech Arena Mayhem server, people are talking about banning it from the events, and I'm I'm one of the hosts, so I kind of have like a opinion there. I'm trying to convince them not to do it because it's if you have a problem with it, sit out. It's all you have to do.
Ooh, careful.
Yeah.
Until, you know, they're gonna ban you soon.
If you have a problem about it, cry about it. That simple. Just suck it up or leave. That simple. Next up, we have Seekers. I love it.
I know mech.
Yeah, this is the final mech that's currently out. It is the only mech in Tier 9 at the moment. I absolutely love it. I think it's one of the best mechs.
I struggle with it.
But a lot,
Using it, I mean.
but Sentry does not like it.
I struggle to use it. I suck. It's just a skill issue. When
Yeah.
I teleport to someone, I just die immediately.
What are
Yeah,
you
I see.
using Soul like Seeker with?
What do I use it with?
Yeah, don't you? How many?
Like usually Misorak or Fragment.
Use Stormrack Seeker. See how well that works for
No,
you.
I want to
Christ.
keep my Stormrank Aegis
Oh
and my
yeah.
Stormrank Panther.
Those are two really good builds. I'm not gonna lie to you.
That's what I'm
Yeah.
saying. So I'm like, I might as well just put Misorak 12 on it. But I still die, so like,
Yeah. It's not. It doesn't have a lot of health. It's not incredibly fast, but like we said, its ability is super. Its ability is really good
yes.
because it looks like the warp duration is not that long. That's that's how long it takes for you to warp in and then warp out. So,
Mm,
without like just with base, you have about 5 seconds to kill what you're teleporting to. And you can teleport to somebody who is 100 meters away, or with the max range implant, 130 meters away. There are quite a few Seeker implants. Like, you have Seeker Warp Range, Seeker Shield Health, Seeker Cooldown, and Seeker Bonus Damage. Shield Health and Cooldown suck. Shield Health, the shield goes down faster than you can even think.
yes.
The
It is the
cooldown,
equivalent of it is the equivalent of a Juggernaut shield.
oh,
It's
that's
just meant to
give you a tiny bit
n
of protection.
yeah,
But
that's
also, the moment that you teleport to somebody, you have a bit of like, kind of like spawn protection. Like, you can't instantly be crashed, can't instantly be stunned. It'll go
hmm
away in like half a second or like two or like a second, but it's to protect you from just being completely countered.
yes.
The shield,
In fact, its shield is a little bit stronger than Juggernaut's, which is
oh,
so sad.
the shield don't get it. The cooldown, it's literally just a. It's like the other, like it's like the regular cooldown, except you don't get it as often because it's much more rare.
Mhm.
The only two implants that are even worth using are warp range and bonus damage. They're both plus 30%, but like I said, the warp range, when max, can give you 30 extra meters. That's huge. Like, it's incredibly good. The bonus damage, it only increases it to, I think. Wait, what is it? Like, yeah, it's only gonna be plus 60%, which is incredibly good, but like, you're already gonna probably kill something because you have at base plus 30% damage. So there's not really a point in just doing it. You're much better off with the range instead of the bonus damage. Do you agree with that?
Yes, I agree with what you said. Yes.
Yeah. Overall, should you get Seeker? Yes. Seeker is good. Seeker is very good. It might not fit your playstyle, but if you practice with it, it'll actually work out well for you.
I tried to practice, but I still suck.
Just keep practicing is all I can recommend. It is a very good mech. But is it the best attacker mech? No. Actually,
Some might think it is.
it's one of the best. Like, I
It
think
probably
it's
yeah, it
either
probably
first or
is.
second.
Yes.
But is it the best 24 energy mech? Probably not.
Nope.
Eclipse, Nomad,
Surge exists.
and Surge can all counter it easily. Bastion actually kind of falls to Seeker if you use Storm Racks.
Mm-hmm.
If you use Storm Racks, Bastion will fall to Seekers. And that's
Yes,
like
this
one
is
of
true.
the main options for Seeker. But that wraps up all of the 33 mechs. In the end, I feel like if you're making the most meta hanger possible, what you want to run is Seeker, Nomad, Eclipse, Surge, and either Aegis or Vortex. One of those two. But the other four are probably going to be in your hanger. Or you can replace Eclipse for one of the other tanks.
It's true. You can want the assuming CPC is your main mode, which it is for most people. Surge the best beacon runner, although nothing wrong with kill shot. Slingshot, well, I mean, the early game beacon runner, but let's talk about what you want to work toward. You would obviously want a surge. It's pretty expensive, but if you could get it somehow, that'd be great. I do believe it is the best mech in the game and the best beacon runner. And then for your tank, obviously, just the best tank. It's for a reasonable amount of acorns, I think, considering how good it is, and you get S16 energy, so that's great. Um, I believe everyone should have a second scout at all times in their hangar. So I think Eclipse is the perfect secondary mech to spawn, or you can have three and throw in a nomad in there, actually.
It's
Which is what I have in my main hangar. Or you can do the opposite, have Surge and then your secondary scout be Nomad, whichever is fine. But I think Nomad is just really good.
or you can do Eclipse and Nomad. That's a very dumb idea. You want Surge. You need Surge.
Yes, but it's what I do. I have Surge, Nomad, and Eclipse, and then I have the two Stormac, damage dealing things,
Yeah.
which is the Aegis and the Panther, two shield mechs.
Yeah.
And then so that's at least three mechs. But if you want to have three scouts, obviously it's going to be Surge, Nomad, and Eclipse. That's not a bad idea. And then you could have the heavy mech, which is Panther. Panther's really good, but I mean its barrier is just so broken. Uh, it can just take anything. Plus, its energy capacity makes it super friendly to whatever weapons you have. You can put any 12 energy to weapon in it on it. Uh, you get it at 20 energy, is it?
Panther, you do get it at 20 energy, correct?
20 energy. That should be enough to fit whatever you have. And one more rank up, and it's 24. And it should be able to fit dual 12s or at 116 and 8 of anything you would want to run on it. So I think that's good. And at max, it can hold 16, 216 energy weapons. And obviously, 16 energy, EM rifle 16, railgun 16, Storm Max 16,
Missile Rack
Graviton
16.
Mr. Max 16, although you could, I think it's very fun on Onyx, but that still works on Panther very well. And a fifth hypothetical mech you could go for is something that, for fun, you could if you want to. You could have something for fun in there if you want, or you can have a Seeker, but Seeker is going to be the toughest mech to get out of all of these. It's literally at the last. It's at the last tier, and you would need to get stuff from the previous tier to unlock it. And there's no way as a free to play, or even as a spender, you're gonna get those mechs and those stars you need. So I recommend to just have either the three scouts and the Panther and the Aegis, or you can have something like Orion or Redeemer as a miscellaneous. This is talking. I'm speaking as if we're talking about a maxed hanger here. Obviously, if you're mid game, you're not gonna have Surge. You're not gonna have Nomad or Eclipse. You're most likely gonna have Killshot, Redeemer, and Orion, which aren't that bad. Sentinel wouldn't be so bad either as a secondary tank. You could have a secondary tank. You could have Aegis and then Bastion, Aegis and then Vortex.
Yeah.
Whatever you feel.
In mid game, your best bet is probably Panther, Aegis, Orion, Killshot, and Redeemer.
Yes, mid game. Yes.
Because that gives you a great damage dealer in terms of Orion, like the two best shield mechs, a great beacon runner, and another just decent mech.
Yeah. Yes.
If you're early game and you only have like tier 4 below unlocked, you're gonna want Slingshot because it's a great beacon runner. Guardian's a
Mhm.
very strong choice. I think Stalker can also fit into that hanger because it's really good and it gives you a lot of bonus damage. The other two I don't know about though.
Hmm.
Because you have Slingshot, Guardian, and Stalker. Maybe you could include Paragon. And at that stage, MD is pretty good, so you could probably try and
You
drag
should have
MD
Ares.
in.
I'm pretty sure Ares is still for credits. I think it's
Yeah,
isn't it like 100. It's like 100 and something
I don't know.
thousand credits.
I've had it for so long.
Yeah, I think it is 100,000 something. Still, it still should be.
Hmm.
If so, that is a great option.
So yeah, if you're early game and you only have like up to tier 4 unlocked, Guardian, Stalker, Slingshot, Ares, and then just a mech of your choice. That's about the best you can do. Also in tier 4, you get access to Missile Rack 8s and Voltaic 8s. You're going to want to use Voltaic 8s.
Yes.
Missile Rack 8s are just too expensive to be worth it anymore.
Yeah, I agree.
Their price got buffed up way too high. Also, in tier 4, you get access to Fragment 8s and 10s. Frags are very good. Like, incredibly good weapons. You also get access to Helix 8, which is only 300k credits. Very good price for a very good weapon. Any other thoughts?
Any thoughts? Listen, Escape to 11 is the best YouTuber. Don't watch Mayor. Goodbye.
I mean, yeah, that's fair.